Hello, I'm Darren Walsh. I'm here at the Edinburgh Fringe. I'm here with Daniel Audritt. Hello, Daniel.
How you doing?
Good. I've got a pun on your name.
Shoot.
When you were last in a restaurant, what did you have?
I had a fillet steak.
Did Daniel order it? You've never heard that before, have you?
No.
Okay, cool. Let's move on. What's your funniest Fringe experience?
My funniest Fringe experience. Well, the funniest and the funniest are two very different things. The funniest is...
I've got funniest written down here. So.
In that case, it'll probably be the first time you and your mates all die when you're asked in front of the same crowd, and you kind of go, oh, this is what it's like to perform at the Fringe.
Yes.
Yeah, it turns out these jokes I've been working in London to audiences of 20-something-year-olds don't work in front of 30, 60-something-year-olds. And then you learn how to actually go Fringe. I think the first time that me and my friends tried to do an improv show and died on our ass for 30 minutes to stone silence.
Wow.
In retrospect, it was the funniest. At the time, horrible, but in retrospect, the funniest.
Isn't that the Fringe though? You do a show, that'll be great, and every joke lands, and then the next day...
The next hour, you're all of a sudden, you go from being live at the Apollo to... Yeah,
and so you're on form. You've had sleep. The timing's great, and it's just a different audience. It's a proper Fringe experience, isn't it? That
there's no more ups. There's nowhere in the world where you can have more ups and downs than one day in the Fringe.
No,
if you have 6 shows in a day, you will have a great one, 2 terrible ones, and 3 mediocre.
Yeah. It is an emotional rollercoaster performing at the Fringe. In my show, I've got footage of a joke, because I film every show. So jokes that don't work. I tell a joke and it'll get a laugh, and then the next day I play a clip of the day before and it didn't. So I just go, do you want to hear that joke with no laughs? And then I just play it on the screen.
Well, so that we had an experience at Top Secret recently where they got the 2 rooms, and downstairs we both killed, and then upstairs we both really struggled.
Yes,
and that was within 15 minutes.
What do you mean we both struggled?
I mean, no, we both killed in a different way.
That's a very good...
that happens. So it's not just a Fringe thing.
If anybody doesn't know, there's a club in London called Top Secret that has 2 rooms, and you're expected to come off stage on one and go straight onto the other. And
you never feel more like a comedian than you do.
Yeah.
That's what the Fringe does. It's just an ego trip.
Yeah. Okay. In a nutshell, how has your Fringe show evolved?
My Fringe show, I've lost 10 minutes because when you do previews, you do them to about 6 people. And there's a lot less laughter. And then when you come up and you start playing to 60 people, all of a sudden you're overrunning by 10 minutes. So the first few days were just massive cuts.
And of course there's all the laughs as well, which you've got to laugh.
Yeah, exactly. Everything kind of gets longer and longer and longer. So I had to lose 10 minutes, which means picking the callbacks I liked and cutting them out, and then kind of relearning the show minus 10 minutes that I thought was I came up with a show that was completely locked in and realised I had to lose 10 to 15 minutes of it on day 1 and 2.
How many callbacks have you got?
7.
7 callbacks.
7 callbacks.
It's going to run a tally, see if anyone can beat that today.
Yeah, 7. Whether they're all noticed by the audience as callbacks, I don't know. But 7 attempts at callbacks.
Okay, here's the next question. How did you begin your comedy career?
I began my comedy career wanting to be a writer. I wanted to just write jokes, and I thought, what I'll do is I'll find a comedian who wants some jokes, I'll write them for them, and then I never actually have to go on stage, and that's fine, that's cool. Turns out that's a lot harder. And then I met a guy called Archie Maddox, who's a comedian, I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
And we met when we were both writing plays at a theatre. And he was a stand-up and basically said, you need to just get on stage and do it. And then I did that, and then once I did one gig, I was like, I'm not giving any of my jokes away again. Saying that, I do write films.
You make films as well?
I do make films, yeah. So I used to make YouTube videos, then I started making them for comic relief, and then I got a show from Central.
Oh, nice.
A sketch show.
Okay.
Which I'm not in, by the way, just write it.
Oh, you wrote it?
Yeah, write it, direct it.
Right, fantastic. Okay, what has been the biggest boost in your comedy career?
Getting the job at Comic Relief kind of changed everything. Because I got a job at Comic Relief when I was just supposed to produce films for them. I ended up directing and writing films for them. They went viral, a couple of them. That's how I got the Comedy Central series, so everything like that. So I think getting that initial job.
Right. So the Comedy Central series, was that something that was just shown at Comic Relief, or?
The Comedy Central one is all online and plays internationally on Comedy Central.
Oh, right,
the Comic
okay.
Relief one is all online on their channels.
Oh, they're two separate.
Yeah,
Right,
two
got it.
separate things. And then I came back and did the Comedy Central thing for Comic Relief last year. So
Right.
it's all very convoluted.
Right.
But yeah,
Sounds exciting.
been watched by tens of people.
Tens of people.
Tens of
Great.
people
Yeah.
watched it.
What plans do you have for the future?
Plans for the future. I have a writing partner who I work with a lot, and we are writing. We have 4 sitcoms that we're developing at the moment. Some with companies, some with channels, some with things. So I would love one of them to happen, and I really want to write a book. So one of those, and then obviously just start an exhibition. Those are the big plays. They're all mainly writing things that I'm then going to do, and then obviously in terms of stand-up, even when we're working and stuff, we still go out and gig all the time. So
who's your writing partner?
Kat Butterfield from Northern Powwows.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's in the sketch group, and then we write. So we did the Comedy Central series together.
Right.
I believe we have some sitcoms we're developing.
So it's quite difficult pitching projects to television, and you've got to have about 4 on the go. You've got 4 on the go, haven't you?
Yeah. Ultimately, what happens is you write a script and they say we love this, but we don't want it. What else have we got?
Right.
Yeah, well, I've been working on that for 3 months.
Right.
But so that's
do you find they say we like this, but we prefer to have X, Y, and Z in it?
That's fine if they just want different people. That's fine. It's more that they
You're like, that's fine.
Yeah,
just give me it.
yeah. They're usually like, we like your writing, but we don't have this idea.
Right.
Which is great. It's a step forward, but at the same time, then you just have to go off and come up with whole new ideas. So that's why it's like we have boards for sitcom ideas that we're just like, well, we'll see if they like any of these ones.
Yeah.
And then if somebody does show some interest in one, then we go off and write that one. And then
you've got to throw lots of stuff
we
at the
quite
wall.
like this one, but do you have another one? And then we just keep doing it.
Yeah. Okay, finally, I think you kind of already answered this, but how do you create your comedy?
Stand-up in particular is lots of time. I read loads. I try and read just loads of non-fiction books, anything I'm interested in.
Science and stuff.
Yeah, loads of that kind of thing, and which makes my material sound heavy, but it's not in any way. You wouldn't even notice I've ever read a book if you read if you saw my stand-up. But I do that, and then it's lots of time me just going to a cafe or sitting in my room, just staring at.
It's one of the best things you can do, isn't it? I think I read that in Steve Martin's book. He just read it.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
That's where I started doing it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily use any of the knowledge you've acquired, but it just helps.
And it just keeps your mind going. So I do lots of that, and then I just sit down and write, and then once things start, I tend to write it out, then I get it on stage as quickly as possible, usually that night. If I can do 3 gigs that night, that'd be perfect, but I actually know if it's anything good.
In top secret.
Or just open mic, just run around and just get
people.
Do them. Then I can hear if it's any good. And then I kind of don't really look at the page again, really. It just kind of stays in my head, and I start tweaking it for 2 weeks or something. And then I go back and start writing what it's become rather than what it started as.
Okay, great. Well, Daniel Audritt, thank you very much for seeing me.